Hello, this is Abner J3 at AJ3 Network. I have Andre Nero here with me today on the show. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Okay, good.
Maybe I need to sit back a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's better.
Okay.
Okay, so he's an actor, and also a hero. So let's get ready to start the questions for you. So the first question is, what was your motivation to write your Change at the Altar book?
My motivation to write Change at the Altar was inspired, of course. The book is 100% true. It's nonfiction. I was with a young lady for 6 years, and the day I was standing at the altar waiting on her, at 7 p.m. that night, we were supposed to get married. I found out she got married to a pastor by noon the same day.
Wow. And how did you find that out?
I found out a week later from her own mouth.
Okay, so you were just sitting there basically, and she didn't show up.
Yeah, everybody was there. We had gifts flown in throughout the country, from around the country, and she was a no call, no show.
So basically, all that money you spent, you all spent, went down the drain.
Absolutely, and it was quite embarrassing. People started taking gifts back, and people were crying, and my mom left. So it was interesting.
Yeah, pretty sure. And what about the honeymoon? Did you get refunded for any of that, or?
No. That was a financial loss. But of course at that point it was okay because emotionally that was the biggest situation to deal with.
All right. And she's still currently married today, or you don't know?
Today, well, I actually haven't heard anything about her since 2008.
All right.
And she's been through 3 husbands, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
okay. Yeah, I'm a sociology major, and we took a class, sociology of marriage and divorce. I think it was called something with marriage.
Okay.
And they did say half the marriages in the United States end within 7 years, 50%, which is quite a lot.
That's a large number of
failure.
That's a large failure rate.
Yeah, so you just have to have faith and trust God, who you with, to try to make it work. Okay, any advice for someone trying to write a book or a novel?
Anybody, my personal experience, if you're trying to write a book, I suggest you start first with knowing who to go through to get your ISBN numbers and get your materials copyrighted. That'd be the first thing I tell you. Get your title first, and then get your chapters, and everything else will fall in place.
Okay. And we talked about that earlier,
Absolutely.
too, about ISBN. Like I said, I'm at 12,000 words and like 7 or 8 chapters, so I got to come up with a title.
Okay.
But I definitely, when I need the ISBN, I definitely come to you. Thanks a lot for that help.
No problem.
And tell us about the NAACP Image Award as a hometown champion that you received.
Well, I lived here in Atlanta. I'm just coming back to Atlanta. I've been back about 4 months. When I was in Atlanta, the first spell, I was here about 5 years. And I stopped an armed robbery. The guy I was wrestling with just so happened to be, they called him the Buckhead Bandit, and they was looking for him. He was the #1 on the Crime Stoppers watch list.
Wow.
And he robbed 36 locations in 30 days. And that Arby's visit was the last time he robbed anybody.
And when was this?
This was January 10th of 2013.
Okay. I don't remember hearing about that. I moved October 2011. I really don't watch the news. I don't know where everything is located. Okay. And how did you actually stop it?
Well, he wielded a gun on a older black lady, and I came up behind him, and I put my arms over his, and I choked him and threw him to the ground.
Okay. And did you get a reward for that, or was it?
I did. I end up winning the NAACP Image Awards for the 45th annual awards, and $1,000.
Okay.
So, and recognition by the Atlanta Police Department. So
okay,
it was pretty good.
Good to hear. And what inspired you to become an actor?
My inspiration to become an actor is because, well, a lot of people always say that I'm a character, and I got my hands in so many different pots, but I love making people laugh.
Okay.
And, I'm just, silly by nature, but always been business-minded. And, growing up, people always told me that I need to be in acting or, modeling and things like that. And as, people start to see my giftings, they solidified it. And I always get that I look like Omari Hardwick.
Okay. Yeah, I met one of his stand-ins actually the first time I went to set, 'cause I do it from time to time. I did Survivor's Remorse, and he was one of the guys, and I think he said he was like his stand-in on Being Mary Jane. They might use his hands one time too.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's some money here to be made. We the new Black Hollywood in
Yeah.
Atlanta. Yeah, so you got any
And I
IMDb?
heard they finna move the BET Awards here.
Oh, they are for sure?
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've been to the Hip Hop Awards. I've never been to the actual because I want to go to the BET. That's on my bucket list
Okay.
to go there. But that'd be good if they do move it here. Be a lot more traffic. I don't know where they would have it, but it'll be definitely a lot of celebrities, even more celebrities here. And do you have any IMDb credits? Can they look you up?
You can look up Andre Nero or simply Nero79, and you can pretty much find me on IMDb.
Okay. Yeah, I have 3 credits, and I should have another one coming in 2 weeks, hopefully.
Okay.
And what's the proudest moment in your career?
The proudest moment. Wait, which career?
Well, anything, acting.
Well, the proudest moment I would
writing a
say,
book.
as far as being an author, was being featured on the Shade Room in Ice Cream Convo. So I appreciate you guys for that.
And when was you on the Shade Room?
That was about a month and a half ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty good. They put some good stuff. Shade Room's a good site where they do throw shade at times. But they do have some inspiring stories on there too. So that's good. They highlight a positive person. I do see I think they just highlight 11-year-old girl that had to start her own lemonade or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. They got you on there in a positive light. And what's the best advice given during your roughest point of your life?
The best advice I can give with anybody dealing with the roughest point in their life is maintain a positive perspective. Usually when I go speak to different places or colleges or churches, schools or whatever, I always finish with a tagline and say that no matter where you are in your life is not beyond repair. It's always that one pinnacle moment that is life altering or life changing for you.
Yeah.
But with a positive outlook, you cannot change the inevitable, but your thought process can lessen the impact of it. So as long as you keep that level of optimism, you can weather the toughest storm.
Yeah, that's true. And how long have you been a motivational speaker for? And any speaking engagement coming up that you would like to share with everyone?
This is a speaking engagement right now.
Okay.
I've been speaking since I was 15, so I've been, I guess, an official motivational speaker since I was 21.
All right.
But I've had many engagements over the course of some years, so I guess you would say I'm tenured in regards to the speaking arena. I would like to get on bigger platforms, though. I don't have anything coming up, but I do hope to change that as more people get tied into the book.
Okay.
And we go from there, because when the armed robbery happened and the NAACP Image Awards, I got quite a lot of invites to do interviews and speaking, so it's really interesting.
All right. So would you ever consider a career in politics?
What made you say that?
I'm just asking.
It's funny you asked that because before things started happening with me personally and with my family or whatever, I actually was supposed to run and be on the ballot for this last mayoral election for the city of Atlanta.
The one with Keisha?
With Keisha.
Okay.
Yeah. But some, of course, last minute things happen, and life happens.
Yeah.
So I end up not running.
Okay.
But
you can still do it later.
I would, depending on what happens over a short span or whatever, I may consider to do it again. But Mayor Keisha Bottoms is an awesome woman, so I may not want to run against her.
Okay. I don't know how long they could do it for, but our previous mayor was definitely good too. And she comes in too. She's from Florida A&M. I actually went to FAMU for like 1 month, but I got sick due to sickle cell anemia. So still got love for them UCF alumni. But yeah, she's a good woman. And that, but like I said, that's something you can add to your bucket list. Maybe down the line once she does get out,
something to be
get out of there, because that's a tight race that she ran. So thank God she won. Okay, what do you fear most about giving a presentation?
What do I fear most? As a motivational speaker, one of the biggest things I always want to reach everybody. My biggest fear is to not reach the entire audience, which is, you can't change the inevitable what's going to happen. But as a speaker, especially when you have a positive message and you want to impact their lives, especially young moldable teens and kings and queens and things like that, you want to make sure that you try to captivate as many as you can.
Yes.
So that's something you have to live with. Of course, you can't help everybody,
Mm-hmm.
but you do the best that you can.
Yeah, take a horse to the water, can't make them drink.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And which people or books have had the most influence on your growth?
Miles Monroe, Dr. Miles Monroe, and T.D. Jakes,
Okay.
and Tony Robbins.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I seen T.D. Jakes, I think, 2014 at Essence. He spoke for like a year. So he delivered a real powerful message that he delivered.
Yeah, his messages are intentional.
Yes.
So they, you always know it's going to be a story in the beginning. You always know it's going to lead to an ultimate point. So, yeah, I love those speakers. Tony Robbins is more, straight, autodidact approach, where, I'm self-taught. I can learn anything you can too.
Okay.
So I love it.
Okay. Yeah, because he talked about how people go into business, they go 100%, they quit their job, and they might fail instead of waiting to see if the job is going to work, instead of putting all your eggs in a basket to do that. So he was like, a lot of black businesses fail because of that.
Yeah.
So it's a good point. So like I say, you don't want to put everything in there and you fail, you ain't got the job, you ain't got the business, you back at square one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, business in any entity, any arena, any domain is a risk.
Yes.
But, at some point, you have to assess the risk, and, it beats, at least trying beats failure, or not starting at all.
Yes.
And one of the biggest things a lot of people do is they let someone else talk them out of, heading into entrepreneurship and things like that. And one of the main reasons why I enjoy working for who I work for in the current day, because that's the main teaching, is to invoke the spirit of the entrepreneur.
Okay.
Teach them from A to Z to get them squared away on knowing how to effectively run the book, run a company, run the numbers, run the books, to gauge it, to analyze it.
Okay.
It's very, very interesting, a lot of how much people, especially in our community, that don't know just basic business principles.
Okay. Yeah. Wish they could teach us stuff on how to do money like that, but like I say, at least if that's something you want to do, at least try it. Don't let nobody knock you.
Absolutely.
Because you never know what could happen. You don't know what'll happen unless you do it. Okay, down to the one last question, or two of them. Oh, and is it anything that we like people to know about you?
I'm black and I'm unarmed.
Okay.
Those are two main things that I would like people to know, right off the rip.
So nothing else, any other hidden talents or nothing?
No, really, any hidden talents. I mean, I'm pretty much good at whatever I do. Similar with the Tony Robbins, Robbins spirit. I'm an autodidact. I'm self-taught in a lot of different things. I worked for a lot of great, people that's inspiring, motivating, cultivating, and that's actually trying to do things not just for themselves, but for the community, which is great. I'm all for, empowering the people, and getting it. Education is really key.
Yes.
I'm self-taught on a lot of different things, but it's good to be up under some people who know how to teach.
Yeah. Always good to have a good circle and friends and support system too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and one of the other things, since you said you was thinking about running for mayor, but you didn't. So what would you like to see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, it feels like entrapment. I will probably most likely be actively pursuing a political position, whether it can be mayor. I'm not going to run for any level of presidency. You already know how that's going to end before it begins. But yeah, some type of political position. I'm bouncing between three ideas, but I can't disclose that just yet.
Okay, I got you. All right, so and also too, how can readers keep in contact with you on social media, your personal website, if you have one?
My social media handle on Instagram is simply Nero79, SIMPLYNERO 79, and you can find my website simplynero.com. And if you want to reach out to me, I'm people friendly, user friendly, so just send me a message. I respond to everybody.
Okay. So no Facebook. You say you don't really be on Facebook, so just so.
Yeah, I got a Facebook, but it's Andre Nero. You can find me at Andre Nero. But if you send me a message, I probably won't see it because I don't use it. Yeah, but yeah, I'm on there though.
Okay, you told us already about the IMDB site also too.
Absolutely.
To look up the credits and stuff. And since you act, I can ask this question too. You could act with any person alive. Who would you choose and why?
If I can act with any person alive, it would definitely be Red Fox.
Eric Fox? Okay.
No, Red Fox.
Red.
The comedian Red Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Sanford and Son.
Yeah.
Right?
It would be him because for him to be so humorous and comedic and keeping a straight face and things like that, he's perfected his craft.
Okay.
So I would love to work with him because to be in the presence of a legend, you know, and to not laugh, you know, on cue would put a nice little Batman bullet on my belt.
Okay. Yeah, he's definitely good as a classic show, and also definitely a big fan of Harlem Nights too. With him, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, one of the best movies with a lot of the great comedians there are.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Red Fox, he's definitely the man. All right, so we definitely thank you for your time, for coming on the show. It's definitely an honor to have you. And
Appreciate
I definitely wish you success on everything in your future endeavors, everything you decide to do.
Thank you.
And you all, thank you for watching, and take care, and God bless.